Hello everyone, magandang tanghali po sa Uncomplicated. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon dito sa Philippine time. We all know how busy you are. Some of you are working, no? And some of you maybe naka-off or on travel pa. Happy Valentine's everyone. Happy Valentine's po. Okay, and today this is a pre-orientation. So sa mga hindi makahabol ng orientation natin, this will be a recorded session. So this will be published in our social media platforms and mobile app. You can always go back to the recording of this session. With me is Miss Karissa, Quindao Subedi, the CEO of College of Nursing, Education and Training Australia, based in Australia. Of course, today she will discuss to us the updated pathway, the latest update from AHPRA, and of course, how NETA can help you with your OSCE preparation and review. Ma'am Karissa, you can now say hi to our nurses and introduce yourself and let us know what NETA can help us and guide us all throughout the process.
Thanks, Sir Chris, and thank you for the introduction. Hello po sa lahat. My name is Karissa po. I am, as what Sir Chris said, I'm the founder of College of Nursing Education and Training Australia. We call ourselves NETA. So we are based here in Australia, but we also have our facility in Cebu, Cebu City. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably share my screen just so people can follow where I am and what am I talking about. Is that okay, Sir Chris?
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna make you as a host.
Thank you po. All right. Okay, if you have any questions po, even in the middle of the discussion, just let me know. I could not see everyone in the screen. I can only see a part of everyone in the screen because I don't have my double screen at the moment. I'm in Melbourne. I'm doing a OSCE session. So this orientation is in partnership with Nasya. And our main aim here is to help you become a registered nurse in Australia through your NCLEX OSCE registration pathway. And I do believe that Nasya has helped you or will be helping you with your documentation and NCLEX. And we will then be, so the workflow will be Nasya will be helping you with your documentation, NCLEX. Once you're done, we will then help you with your OSCE and then your employment here in Australia as a nurse now. So yeah, I'll just start. Is that okay with everyone? Also, I'm looking at the chat box pala. So if you have any questions and you can't talk or you're somewhere na hindi ka pwedeng magsalita because it's noisy, yeah, feel free to just write or type in the chat. So our aim for today is we'll do an introduction of who we are and also the courses that we offer. But most importantly, the OSCE part, because this is the main topic for today. Also, we have a Facebook page. So if you go to College of Nursing Education and Training Australia with the registered training organization number, that is our Facebook page also. Latest information is also found in our YouTube page. So you could also follow us there. This was a promo that has already ended, so don't worry about this. But if you want to know more about our recent promos, you can also follow our Facebook. Just a little bit about NETA. So you are in a prestige organization because you've worked so hard to be able to receive promising awards. And just in 2021, we were awarded by the consultancy of the Registered Training Organization here in Australia as the most promising kickstart, but also the Trusted Nursing Education for Overseas Nurses by the Global Management Excellence. You have everything that you need to be able to pass your OSCE. Our laboratories are state of the art. You can also have a look at our other facilities, such as Cebu. We already have it in Cebu. We also have it in Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Brisbane, Wagga, and here in Melbourne. The most exciting part is we will be referring you to an employer. Some of our students actually got a job before becoming registered. However, with the new pathway, which I will be discussing a bit later, it has gone, the demand has gone a little bit less, but we can definitely help you right after you pass your OSCE to get an Australian employer. We take part in the community both in Australia, and also we have a strong foothold in the Philippines. We actually do some awarding for nurses in the Philippines. So we are part of the community. This is how you see yourself, by the way. Pag naka-register na kayo as a nurse, makikita na po kayo sa website ng Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia. So not just a registration, but magiging sikat ka na rin. You can screenshot your name and send it to your friends and family. This is where our facility in Sydney is. So we are in Pitt Street. So it's in the middle of the city. So it's just to capture where we are in Sydney. But our main vision is that we will be the preferred training provider for all nurses who wants to be here in Australia. Our main facility is in Wagga Wagga. It's a regional town. And the reason why we choose regional is because it's not really advertised much. When you talk about Australia, it's always Sydney Opera House or Flinders Street or the tall buildings. Regional is, I think, is where it's good to raise a family, and also where you see a lot of opportunities. So without coming to the regional area, I would not have established NETA as well, because in the regional area, that's where we got a lot of support from both my previous work and also from the government. So I'll be talking probably more of the regional area, because when we talk about the job, you will be in regional area. But definitely when you talk about regional area as well, it's not that there's nothing in there. You can actually get everything that you need. There's cinema, there's traffic lights, there's a shopping center. What else? You get everything that you need in a regional area. So it's just the definition, the description, just to classify the area, but it's actually like, I'd probably say like Cebu, like Davao. It's considered regional though here in Australia, but yeah, it's still a life that you can survive. So looking into the map, you probably would know already, or probably maybe people in the chat, if you know someone or a relative somewhere in Australia, will locate them. You can type that in the chat. Or where you are planning to go in Australia, you can type that in the chat. But where you can see the heart, because today is Valentine's Day, we've put a heart. That's where we are. So we're in the middle of Victoria. We're in New South Wales, but within very near to Victoria, but we're in the middle of Melbourne, Sydney, and very close to Wagga Wagga, which is the capital city of Australia. So it's a very big regional town. All right, so we do have different courses also. So we do Certificate 3 in Health Services Assistant. So this is the Assistant in Nursing course. We deliver this online offshore. You come here to Australia for a clinical placement, and it's a paid clinical placement. It is a different topic. So but just to give you a background that we deliver that, we do first aid and administration of medication. For the purpose of this orientation, we will be talking about the OSCE preparation. So the first thing is to ask yourself if you are eligible. Now, for you to know if you're eligible, Nasya can help you with this. So I would recommend you to keep in touch and be in contact with the Nasya team to help you do your eligibility. So once you finish checking your eligibility, you might be classified as a Stream B candidate. So Stream B candidate means that you need to do your NCLEX and your OSCE. So most of the time, graduates in the Philippines who's done Bachelor's of Science in Nursing will be able to do NCLEX and OSCE. But I'm just wondering also by others, have you heard about the new pathway? Maybe, I know, like, heart, react, send in the chat. Pag may ano kayo, may news kayo na may bagong pathway, I think this is something that I will also discuss because maybe you do qualify. Yay, there's a message. Let's have a look at that. Oh, it's Sir Chris, yes. All right, so there is a new pathway where you don't have to take NCLEX and OSCE anymore. And I'll just show to you two different pathways. This is probably, so this is a screenshot from an advanced copy from AHPRA. So may sinend yung, when I say AHPRA, by the way, it's like PRC, Professional Regulation Commission in the Philippines. So it is Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, AHPRA. And under AHPRA is the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia. So just recently, they have released that by April 2025, there are two pathways where you don't have to take your exams anymore and you can go to direct registration. So the first pathway is pathway 1. So this means that you are a graduate of Bachelor's of Science in Nursing in a jurisdiction that is approved in Australia. So what are these jurisdictions? These will be those who have a qualification that you have obtained in UK, Canada, United States, Singapore, and Spain. And on top of that, if you have completed that qualification in those countries, then you need to have 1,800 hours since January 1, 2017. So that means about a year of experience full-time in those countries. So I'll repeat, that is UK, USA, Canada, Singapore, and Spain. Now, if you don't have these qualifications, but you are working or you know of someone who is working there, then they might or they may be able to qualify. So this is pathway 2. And pathway 2, I've just highlighted so it's clear. So pathway 2 is you are a graduate of relevant qualification, which is Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, that is not obtained in the NMBA approved comparable jurisdiction. So you did not graduate in Spain, Singapore, UK, Canada, US. So which means graduate in the Philippines. So if you're a graduate in the Philippines of this relevant qualification, since 1 January 2017, which means that you graduated since 1 January 2017 or further. So that means you have the most recent qualification. And on top of that, you have successfully completed a regulatory exam. So you took a board exam of that country. So that would mean if you're in the UK, you did the CBT computer-based test and their OSCE. Or if you're in USA, you took NCLEX. Or if you're in Singapore, you took the national board exam for Singapore. Or if you are in Spain, you took their exam also to become a registered nurse in Spain. And on top of that, you have 1,800 hours of experience since January 1, 2017 in those jurisdictions. So if you're a graduate in the Philippines after 2017 and you have an experience as a registered nurse in either UK, USA, Spain, Singapore, Canada, then you are eligible to go through pathway 2. That is also provided here in C1 that you are clear with your criminal records. You do your continuing professional development, which we do for our nurses. You have completed your English language skills, recency of practice, but we will help you with this one together with Nasya. So is that clear? Is there any questions? Because I know there's a lot of confusion with this one. Kasi bago lang tong lumabas, and this is still effective April 2025. So that's in 2 months' time. Anyway, we know that this is recorded. This is also going to be published in the social media, and people take time to reflect. So Sir Chris, they might contact you. Sir Chris is very well aware of this new process. So his team is going to help you out with this. So what is OSCE? So I'm not sure. Does anyone know what is OSCE? Or maybe I'll just explain it straight away. So OSCE is like a return demonstration. So when we graduate nursing, before we graduated, we have a lot of return demonstration. So it's the same as that. The only difference is you're going to take it in Australia, and you will have to follow the Australian standards. So I'm a registered nurse. I lead the education team, and we have a lot of Australian registered nurse, but they're also overseas nurses who understands us. So we teach you the Australian way of doing things, like how do we take blood pressure in Australia? Because we do estimated systolic blood pressure here. How do we do wound dressing in Australia? Because we use single-use dressing packs. How do you do your pain assessment and management? Because pain management is quite independent in Australia. How do you do a neurological observation? How do you manage hypoglycemia? Things like that. So there's just so many skills, but we will be teaching you how to do these skills in an Australian standard. So this is delivered by the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, or AHPRA, through the Nursing and Midwifery Board of Australia. We have prices, but if you're in the Philippines, we're happy to also help you with installment plans and also with the pricing. Sir Chris probably will put this as a package. So I think it's best to contact Sir Chris. Once it's in a package, it's a more discounted price with a lot of things, or there's more value to what you're getting. So maybe contact Sir Chris on that. But what I also want to highlight is the job that you will get after your examinations. So once you're done with your NCLEX, you're done with your OSCE, we introduce you to the employer. You need to shine though, because we cannot answer the interview for you. So you need to make sure that you will get selected. Now there is there's just a lot of opportunities for you. So it's very impossible not to get a job. I can't promise that though, because it really will depend on you, and also will depend on your different checks, such as criminal checks, health check, and police check, health check, and immigration check. So if you're all good with that, then there is no reason why you're not able to get a job. At the moment, we have partnered with a lot of health facilities, both hospitals and aged care. So we are very, very proud that we're able to place you at the end of this process. I know that it will cost money. It's very different from other countries. However, I want to highlight Australia, because this is the country that I choose to leave for my children and for my children's children. So I'm thinking about the future. So Australia's workforce is very in demand, but on top of that, work-life balance is amazing here in Australia. So you're encouraged to take leave. You're encouraged to call in sick if you're not feeling well. You are encouraged to extend maternity, paternity leave. You're encouraged to spend time with your family members. I know it's discouraged in some countries, but in Australia, it's it's encouraged. Another thing is health. So in Australia, health is free when you're a permanent resident, and also when you're a citizen. Education is also free. And I think these two things, free health, free education, with par standards, I think this is if you want to pursue a career outside of your country, I know that health and education is very attractive, and this is where I am very attracted to. And that's on top of safety, by the way, and quality life, work-life balance. So this is how you're going to be. You'll be a registered nurse. There are so many who's done this already. We produce about thousands of nurses a year. So if this is you, if this is your calling, then I think the best way is really to call Sir Chris or Sir Chris team, Sir Chris team, because they will be helping you out with your process. So just highlighting the salary. So the salary in Australia, by the way, it's regulated by the government. So there is an award, and this is the most basic. It has actually increased by about almost $3 now. So this is not the latest one. I was searching for the latest one. I didn't have the time. So this was my previous presentation. But if you look into, if you have 7 years of experience, for example, then you'll have the hourly rate of $44. And that is already a lot. But say, for example, you only have 1 year of experience. So let's go to the least, $33. If you are on a casual basis, you'll have an additional $3. If you work on an afternoon shift, because you'll miss family dinner, so then you'll be compensated with a $4 per hour increase of salary. So from 33, this becomes 37 if you're working in the afternoon shift, just because you're missing a family dinner. If you're missing your bed at nighttime, that's almost $5 an hour. So that becomes $38 an hour, just because you're not on your normal routine. If you're missing the weekend, which is a Saturday, then that's an additional $16 an hour. So that's actually $49 an hour on a Saturday. If you're working on a Sunday because you missed the family fun day Sunday, then that's a 75% increase per hour. And if you are missing a public holiday, you couldn't join Christmas lunch, for example, you couldn't join New Year celebration or Easter, so you'll get 150% of your salary. So I was just computing this a while ago, even to the basic salary of $33 per hour, first year, this is about 1,240 something a week, because it's 38 hours a week for you to work, not 40, it's 38 here. And if you divide that into 4, because it's 4 weeks in a month, then that's about $5,000 a month. That's not including any kind of penalty rate. That's only morning shift, Monday to Friday, 1 year of experience. That will definitely increase as you go. Now, $5,000, if you earn that in 1 month time, and you are spending about $10,000 for you to come over to Australia, that means you can get this money back in 2 months' time. Okay, you want to go out, right? You want to buy something really nice on your first salary. So let's do 3 months. Yeah, so in 3 months' time, you'll get your money back. Now, calculate your age. Retirement here is 65 years old. So the rest of those money is your investment. So up to you what you want to do with that, whether you want to buy a house, build a house, or travel the world, it's up to you. And I think that is a reflection. So yes, you might be spending, but that's also the money that you are getting. We do have a Neta app, by the way. So if you are our student, we will be giving you access to the app where you can take your quizzes and also your OSCE classes in the app. I think that's it from my end. I think Angie, you have a question. Sorry, we just heard you talk. But yeah, that's me, Sir Chris. If there are any questions, I'm happy to entertain.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for that one, Miss Karissa, for the information and the services that you are offering to our nurses planning to become a registered nurse in Australia. Okay, let's move on with the Q&A. So if you have questions, nurses, you can chat in our chat box or raise your hand and then open your cam and you can ask questions. Come on, nurses. Let's ask questions. Huwag po tayong mahiya. Ano yung mga questions ninyo? Ano yung mga nasaang stage na kayo ng process? Do you have any clarification? Okay, ma'am, there's the question from Mars Masaguiton Jr. How many days a week po yung online classes?
So we're talking about OSCE class here. So with OSCE, your time commitment is only 2 hours a week for the online class. The rest are self-paced. And it depends on you. When are you going to take the intensive class? So we have 2 hours a week every Thursday afternoon. So that's afternoon in Australia. That is about 11 a.m. in the Philippines. So that's only 2 hours every Thursday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then for the intensive coaching, it's Monday to Friday, and that is from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then you will also attend an online, a face-to-face, whether it's in the Philippines, so you can save more, or you can come here also in Australia on a tourist business visa for you to be able to take your exam and also do your training for 1 week. We have an unlimited class, so you can join as many online classes as you want and take as many face-to-face sessions as you want. We do have students who take a lot of face-to-face sessions. They also tour around, so they go to Brisbane, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney to do face-to-face and then take their exam after. I hope I did answer your question. So in summary, it's 2 hours a week with 1 week of intensive online class, but it's up to you when you want to take that. So you can take leave from work. And then just before you take your exam, there's another 1 week of face-to-face session.
Thank you, Miss Carissa. We have one from Nurse Mary Jane.
Okay, I'm just going to, the reason why I stopped sharing is I'll probably just share you the advanced copy or advanced document from AHPRA.
Okay, ma'am, go ahead.
Sorry, so I'm just looking into that document. So unfortunately, Ireland is not included, but I'll just, so it's UK, USA.
I think Ireland is included. I'm gonna check.
Or is it? Okay, sorry, I'm just going to look at that document again.
Checking on that. Just one moment. Yeah, Ireland is included.
Is it? Okay, Ireland is included then. Thank you, Sir Chris, for sharing.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So Mary Jane has actually 3 questions. The first one is Ireland not included po sa country? Actually, that's included. Graduated from 2007, not eligible to the new pathway? Ma'am
From
Karissa?
2007.
Yes po, 2007.
So it has to be from 2017.
Okay, thank you for that. And roughly how much po ba ang range ng rent just in case ma-deploy sa country ng Australia? So these are some of the questions the moment they will be deployed in Australia.
So we're talking about the country. So in country say New South Wales. It depends on what type of accommodation. So probably I'll talk about the normal standard accommodation when you start, which is a shared accommodation. So a shared accommodation is between $100 to $150 dollars per week. But if you want to rent a house, so that would also range from 250 to 350. That's about 2 to 3 bedroom house. But if you want about 4 bedroom house, so that's about 450 to 550 a week as well. So it depends on your arrangement, whether you have a big family, small family, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, but that's roughly between say if you're the only one coming, so we'll probably do an average of $200 to $300 a week of a single accommodation, like you're not sharing with anyone.
Okay, thank you, Miss Karissa. So basically, with her case, since she graduated 2007, hindi applicable sa kanya yung new pathway. We need to process the old pathway, which is the OBE pathway, right?
That
Take
is
the
correct po.
NCLEX, take the NCLEX, take the OSCE, do the licensing. But if you already passed the NCLEX USA and you wanted to be in Australia, we can just process exam exemption for that. So we'll just
That's
submit the
correct.
documents, then you'll get your approval, and then we can process the OSCE. Thank you, Mary Jane. Any other questions, nurses? So we have 12 attendees for today. Do you have any other questions po? Wag po tayong mahiya. You ask question, guys.
I just like to add there also, Mary Jane. So if ever you get a job, say for example in metropolitan area like Sydney, for example, just wanted you to have a bit of context about accommodation. So in metropolitan area like Sydney, if you are renting a maybe 1 to 2 bedroom apartment, that will cost you about between $500 to $700 a week. So that's the difference between accommodation in metropolitan compared to the country.
Thank you, Miss Karissa. Do you have any other clarification and question, Nurse Mary Jane? Or nasagot na po ba lahat? Sino po dito ang pumasa na ng NCLEX USA or pumasa na ng NCLEX Australia or planning pa lang? Pa-comment naman po, sino pa yung planning to start the NCLEX? And sino dito yung goal is to become a registered nurse in Australia by this year, 2025? Pa-comment naman po, pa-chat naman po. Okay, planning, Ma'am Odessa. How about the others po? Yung iba po? Okay, Sir James, still planning. Okay, si Mars, tapos na po. Is it in NCLEX USA po ba or NCLEX Australia po? Okay, planning pa lang. May please request summary of timeline of okay, RN application. Sige po, done na po na NCLEX USA. NCLEX USA na score transfer na Jun Pagunsaga, sir. Okay. Oh, ito si Sir Jun Pagunsaga, ma'am, is already done with the exam exemption. So proceed na siya for the OSCE preparation. So later magme-message ito si Sir sa inyo, no? So Sir,
No problem.
meron po tayong facility or training center in Cebu, but you can also have the review online. Sige, isa-isahin po natin. Okay, batch 2006, planning to take the NCLEX Australia. Okay, so yung old pathway pa rin po tayo. Tulad na sinabi ni Miss Karissa kanina, dapat graduate tayo ng 2017 and then we have a work experience of 1,800 doon sa mga countries na na-mention. May we please request a summary timeline for our RN application? Okay, you can just accomplish the application with the help of Nasya within 1 to 2 months. You're done with your NCLEX, and after that one, you will proceed with your OSCE. So you will be given 1 year to proceed with your OSCE. But of course, kung magre-review kayo is i-assess yung readiness ninyo ng NETA if may recommendation sila kung kailan kayo mag-take ng exam.
Can I add there, Sir Chris?
Yeah.
So with the process of transferring by Nasya for NCLEX, so that's 1 to 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So between that, so in that 1 to 2 months time, you will then receive a letter from AHPRA that you can now proceed to OSCE. And that's within 2 weeks' time that you have actually submitted, or you submitted your pass letter, or like, I'm not sure what is the document from Nasya to be submitted to AHPRA. Is it like a score transfer? Is that what it is?
Is it that's the candidate report or the pass
Oh,
letter?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after that, you will then apply for a tourist visa. So that takes about 1 to 2 weeks as well of the process. And then you will then take the exam within 2 months' time. So that's, say, 5 months has been completed, or 6 months. Then you get your registration in, again, 1 to 2 months' time. So an approximate of 9 months to 1 year, depending on the process of your documents, is a timeline to get registered.
Yeah.
Sorry, work. No, not registered, but work. Registration is about 9 months, but for you to land and settle as, with a job, it's about 12 months' time.
Yeah.
And 12 months is nothing.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
that's good, ma'am. Okay. So, nakadepende din sa kanila how fast they are going to
yeah,
comply with the documents, especially
yeah,
with application, if planning pa lang sila to start. Next
yes.
question. Ayan, naglalabasan na yung mga question, ma'am Karissa. Mag-e-exam pa lang po, NCLEX New York, but considering endorsing license to Australia, kailangan pa po bang mag-aral ulit? Sorry, late po ako. Not sure kung na-discuss na yan. Curious po ako sa process kung paano maging nurse sa Australia. Yeah, before you, Ma'am Karissa, ako muna, no? So, the first thing that you need to do is to pass your NCLEX New York. And then if you're planning to be an RN in Australia, we will process exam exemption. Then once approved ka na, you can proceed with the OSCE and you can proceed with the registration.
So no need to study na, review. You need to review. So, but not on a student visa. So no need to study and go back to university. So it's just a preparation for the exams.
Did we answer your concern, Ma'am Flores? Pa-note naman po if nakuha natin. Ma'am Odessa, I'm 2009 graduate but I passed Singapore board exam 2016. Work as well as nurse in Singapore from 2016 to 2019 as a staff nurse. May I know my status?
𝑃𝑙𝑒𝑎𝑠𝑠 and Klexanowski.
Yes po. It should be 2017 graduate. Thank you, Ma'am Odessa. I'm 2013 graduate, sir. NCLEX US New York passer na po ako and I'm here in Saudi now. May I know my status? Okay, still po, we need to go back to the process. Since passer na po kayo ng NY, we do exam exemption, then the OSCE, and then the licensing. Okay.
But this is very quick. It's very quick. Because those who are practicing in Saudi, the practice is very similar to Australia. So you'll have more confidence also. Not to say that in the Philippines there won't be, because those who are new graduates, or those who are iba yung mga Pilipino kasi we're very good with adapting and learning. So everything comes easy with the preparation. Basta may motivation lang po, yun lang. We shouldn't be, like calling you all the time, where are you, to attend the class? The motivation has to come from you. It will come easy.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, advantage po talaga, ma'am, if let's say they already passed the NCLEX USA and then working sila outside the country, doon sa mga na-mention na country, and then they're going to process the exam exemption na lang. Then after the
Correct.
exam exemption, they will proceed with the OSCE and the licensing. So it is an advantage to them.
Correct po. Yes. Yeah. Or even if you're still in the Philippines, but you have completed your NCLEX already, or you're gonna process your NCLEX, I think it's still the same. It's 1 year for whichever pathway you do anyway. Yeah. But mas advantage siguro pag tapos na yung NCLEX because then you just have to do a score transfer or an exemption, which is very easy to do, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Karissa. Any other questions, nurses? Question pa po if you do have. Anyway, ma'am, if they are interested to know more about the program, especially may mga late tayo na dumating, and of course, this will be a recorded orientation, how these nurses can contact you to ask you a certain information, like particular with the OSCE preparation.
Yeah, I think, Sir Chris, the best way is to get the endorsement from you because it would be good to have Nasya candidates trained together, especially in the Philippines. But yes, you can contact us in the Facebook page. It would be good to also tag or to tell us that you've attended this information session that is in collaboration between Neta and Nasya. So it's easier for us also to track students from Nasya. And obviously, if you're a student from Nasya, we'll also give you some certain discounts so that, yeah, you're well taken care of.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for that one. Okay, I guess wala na pong questions yung mga nurses natin, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us your time. We know na busy ka.
No
And
problems.
we look forward assisting these nurses to become a registered nurse in Australia. Maraming salamat po and thank you so much for your time. God bless you everyone and happy Valentine's Day.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Miss Karissa.
Bye-bye.